Alright, just sent one more message to the group chat just so anyone else who wants to can join us. We are going to do our team build preview here. So, just as a preface, so Brooks and I earlier in the season we traded Dracovish for Aegislash, and when we were talking, we actually had agreed that we weren't going to use uh, the Mons in that trade. So I will not be bringing Aegislash, and he will not be bringing Dracovish. Um, just to make it a little more interesting, we're not, I guess, using our own Mons against us, so to speak. Usually, I don't play games this late. I usually am try to stop stuff by like 9 p.m. Central because I'm a child and I go to sleep super early, so a lot of times I'm not playing my best late. But I've been streaming already for almost 2 hours. I've been playing a whole bunch of Among Us with some buddies of mine. So I'm still decently awake. Hopefully Brooks is ready here within a little bit, but this little preview will probably take about 10-15 minutes, so we'll kill some time this way. Um, so this is a squad we're bringing Hydreigon, Arcanine, Vanillux, Frostlass, Primarina, and Tentacruel. I'll go through them here so you can kind of figure out what I'm trying to do here. Brooks' team, by the way, is it's Reuniclus, Dracozolt, Abomasnow, Sandslash, Gyarados, and Seismitoad. Um, with his team, uh, basically the biggest mon that sticks out is going to be that Gyarados. It's the kill leader in the league right now, I think. And there's a really obvious reason for that. This is a Dynamax format, so um, just Dynamax and Stab Airstreams kind of just go on a tear. Moxie boosts after every kill it gets, it just snowballs out of control. So there's that. He has a bomb of snow, most likely snow warning. Which tells me that the Sandslash he's gonna bring is most likely gonna be the Alolan Sandslash with a Slush Rush. Um, I'm not sure how much he wants to try to feature that. If he wants to have Sandslash play a more support role with like hazard setting and stuff like that, or if we'll see like a Dynamax Slush Rush, kind of like what I used against Luxray, the Luxrays earlier this season. Um, interestingly, if you look at both of our teams, we're both bringing Ice Mons, two Ice Mons, which is pretty cool. They have a shitload of weaknesses, but I think the Ice Mons that we're bringing are exceptional in our matches. They kind of feed well off of each other. Both Abomasnow and Vanillux being Snow Warning Mons, setting the hail. Frostlass I'm bringing with Snow Cloak to be really, really annoying. And then Sandslash can really take advantage of the hail with the Slush Rush. Um, he also has Seismitoad, so we have to be aware of that with both of our Water Mons, Primarina and Tentacruel, with Water Absorb and whatnot. The main thing with his team is that he has so many different options for sweeping. It's super super offensive, his team. So uh, we're gonna go a little bit more offensive here. So we starting off here. We are Yachi Berry Hydreigon. Primarily because of Abomasnow. Something like a Banded Ice Shard or something will hit like a freight train. So what we want to do is, if we can get a nasty plot off, the Stab, Dark Pulses, and Draco Meteors fucking go off. And then if we ever want to change the weather, Dynamax, um, uh, Flame, Max Flame, or whatever the fuck it's called, um, that'll help us. put the weather in our favor. And then also, he's got 2 mods that are 4 times weak to fire, so that's nice. Also with Hydreigon, it should be mentioned that he has no Dark Resist. So Dark Pulses can be basically free, smashing most of his team, especially after a nasty plot. We have enough. The main speed threat on his team is the Gyarados getting those airstreams and the Sandslash in the hail. But otherwise, most of our stuff is kind of EV'd to outspeed a jolly neutral Gyarados. And that's what Hydreigon has. Enough speed to outspeed that. Um, Otherwise, the investments are in HP, and obviously we're maxed out on special attack. Next, there is Arcanine. We are running a very annoying Arcanine set. Charm, Wild Charge, Extreme Speed, Flare Blitz, Pasho Berry. If the Gyarados is in a position where it is either already Dynamaxed or it is about to Dynamax, the Charm is really nice. That pairs super well with the Intimidate. Basically, Arcanine comes in on it, Intimidate gets it down to -1. Pasho Berry allows us to eat a Waterfall or Max Geyser, and then a Charm brings it down to -3 and just makes it totally useless. Wild Charge there is obviously to scare out Gyarados. It very well could be Walkenberry, so that's something to keep in mind there. Extreme Speed is just for some chip damage if we need some priority to get rid of something, especially something like the Gyarados if it's already got a bunch of boosts and whatnot. And then Flare Blitz is obviously very important for our priorities, or not priority, our main stab move. So, and so we are max attack. Again, enough speed to outspeed a neutral Jolly Gyarados. And the rest in defense, so 108 EVs in defense. Next up, Choice Specs Vanillix. Vanillix is a very, very fun Pokemon. This set, I basically just blindly clicked Freeze Dry for most of his team. It puts a lot of pressure on Mons like Gyarados. So he doesn't want to stay in on that. And then, we can just start doing big damage right off the bat. Ice Shard again, just for a priority chip, so we can try to revenge kill stuff. Aurora Veil would be nice if we get it, but it's really not a priority for us in this game. Like I said, we're trying to play a little bit more offensive. If we're ever in a position where we think it might help us live another couple turns, then we'll go for it. But for the most part, not really. And then Flash Cannon just gives us a little bit more coverage, but it's again not really there for anything in particular. Just kind of rounds it out a little bit better. It'll do a little bit more damage to stuff like Abomasnow, or basically Abomasnow, because the rest of his team is neutral to ice. Sandslash is the only thing that 4 times resists it. So that's very, very good for us. Frostlass, as you guys already see, Snowcloak, T-Wave, Confuse Ray. It's not really like as degenerate as I could have been. I could easily run fucking double team or whatever, but I like T-Wave, Confuse Ray. Having both of those is fantastic. I love T-Wave on Frostlass because Frostlass is already very fast. Focus Slash to make sure we get up whatever we want. If we need to take a hit on something, for example. The only thing with T-Wave is that he has Dracozolt and Seismitoad, so we've got two mons that are immune to it if he's running Volt Absorb on Dracozolt. But I think Hustle is a better ability for him to run on the Zolt, so um, we'll see. Poltergeist and Triple Axle are very, very powerful. We've got a decent amount invested in attack and HP, so you know we can do some damage on it if we're in a position to. But yeah, Frostlass is more of a support mon with the T-Wave and Confuse Ray, especially the Confuse Ray. I love that shit. When you have the paralysis coupled with the like 33% chance of confusion hitting yourself, it's really fun. um, Next up, Primarina, Subcombine Primarina. We're running Energy Ball Moonblast. His only fairy resist is a Lowland Sand Slash. So if we can get at least a +1 on the Calm Minds, um, that does super huge damage. As you can see, we're modest, so those Moonblasts hit really hard. Really, the only drawback with Primarina is that we're not running any speed, so um, even though his team isn't the fastest in the world, Primarina being only at base 60 speed and no speed investment puts us really slow. Um, and I opted for Energy Ball over like Hydro Pump or Scald because I wanted to get that extra coverage for Seismitoad. I want to see if we can, get rid of Seismitoad. I think even through Rindo Berry, we can really do some damage, especially if we're set up with Calm Mind or Sub. Tentacruel, honestly, in prep, Tentacruel was the hardest to come up with a set for. I had really gone back and forth on like an Acid Armor set because his team is so offensive. But the thing is, his team is very offensive on the physical side. So, to get the right amount of EVs in defense and have the calm of the acid armor, um, we would need like Black Sludge and then other recovery options outside of that. Because the calcs weren't looking great. Um, Damage output wise. I'd even considered like a Swords and Ants type set also, but even that, I mean, it wasn't looking great in the matchup. So I kind of opted for, again, more of a support Tenna. Tentacruel's been kind of doing what this role all season. Its KD isn't fantastic by any stretch of the imagination, but that fast knockoff is fantastic. It helps throw off a lot of people. Rapid Spin, getting rid of hazards is great. Seismitoad, I think a Seismitoad lead wouldn't be unexpected, or Abomasnow to set up Hail, depending on what he wants to do. So if Seismitoad comes out and he wants to set up rocks or whatever, we can know that Tentacruel can always come in later and spin him away before too much stuff happens to it. And then Toxic and Waterfall. Toxic, I was going back and forth on for quite a bit too. I was thinking of maybe like Reflect or something, but I like Toxic more to help get rid of some of these other mons. Poison Jab really doesn't do much to his team except for Abomasnow. So yeah, but the thing is, Abomasnow doesn't really it doesn't have freeze dry, so it can't hit us that hard. I think it gets Earth Power, but we have a decent amount of Spadef Bulk, um, so it'll be interesting. He's got a lot of different options he can use for his team, mainly with that Abomasnow, whether he wants to run it more physical. You can run like a Scarf set on it. You can run Banded, Specs, Leaf Storm is really cool too. And then obviously Alolan Sand Slash it'll be interesting to see if that's the mod he wants to try to set up a little bit more this week, or if he just wants to go with his tried and true, Gyarados. I don't think we'll see like a Gyarados lead or anything that aggressive. Uh, but I mean, I wouldn't put it outside the world of possibility, um, because of how he's played before. Um, you know, but now he's got a lot better of a team, and he's got Brooks has gotten a lot better. I think this is only his first year, like actually being in any sort of competitive Pokemon thing. Um, and well, I mean, in this generation. So, learning and growing is part of it. And I think he's still like 5-8, but an outside chance of a playoff push, especially with the way his division looks. Um, and then, I mean, for me, it's kind of a lot of pressure of trying to actually make this happen. Um, Last season, we made the playoffs by a technicality. And in order for us to make the playoffs this season, it looks like I basically need a win out. The push for a wild card spot is super, super tight, and I don't have too many of the tiebreakers in my favor. So, let's see. Looks like Brooks is almost done. Um, yeah, the tiebreakers aren't really in my favor, so I had to make sure I basically went out. I think there's 3 weeks left, including this week. So I have this game, then I play Topeka, and then I play and then I play Lincoln. So I play Lincoln to end the season, um, which I mean, depending on how these two games go, that could be a decision maker for um, division champ. Um, Obviously, I need to win the two games between now and then for that to be a possibility, but there could be a lot riding on that Week 17 matchup at the end of the season. I think Mario mentioned that in his power rankings too.